Hey mi gente, so today I will be showing you my makeup routine, what brushes, what products I use. Now if you really want to know my secret. Bitch, psych, there's no secret to makeup. Honestly, just have fun with it. It takes practice, obviously. Get right into it. I have already moisturized and primed my skin. The moisturizer that I like using is the Pond's. You can get this at your local drugstore. I bought mine at Walmart. It's retailed between $4 and $6. The primer that I use is kind of expensive. It's retailed between $52, almost $60 with tax. I got this at Sephora. It's the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I love, you cannot tell. Now I've tried so many primers and I kid you not, nothing works like this one. Okay, who can relate? Looking for a brush right now. And literally I used it earlier today and now it's like MIA. I literally just had it. No. Found it! So the first thing that I like starting is the eyebrows. Going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eyebrow Pomade in the shade Ebony. Some product like this. Then on the lid, I like smearing it onto the lid. Go in on the side and kind of like scrape that off. Just in case there's extra product, because I don't want to like make it thick, you know? Alrighty, now that I'm close and personal, so I like brushing down. So you guys see how you see that shaded line right here? So that will determine where your eyebrows should stop. So now I'm brushing my eyebrows where I want them in place. I like starting off right here and then just working the product over here. Now don't worry if your eyebrows look crazy. That's when the next step will come, which is concealing. Now that the eyebrows are thick, dark, and scary, now we are going with concealer. The concealer that I use is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Medium. The brush that I use to conceal is the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. So I like applying this on my hand like this. Some product on there. The thing that I like about concealing is that you can pretty much adjust how you want your eyebrows to turn out to be. Obviously the extra hairs are kind of like interrupting, but you know what? We're just gonna fake it till you make it. I like dragging the rest of the product down here to my eye, especially if I'm going to do an eyeshadow look. But in this case, I don't think that I'm going to do one because I'm just showing you guys my routine. Once I'm finished cleaning up and concealing the eyebrow, I like going in with the e.l.f. blending brush and blend the concealer. Now that both eyebrows are concealed, I like going in with the e.l.f. brow gel just to make sure the eyebrows don't move. You want to lightly add some gel on there because you don't want to smear it off. Before I go into foundation, I like color correcting on these areas right here. Now you don't have to do this, this is just me personally. I'm going to use the orange color correct. Gosh, that looks scary. I look like those short guys from Willy Wonka. Now I'm going to go in with the foundation Dura Blend. Now this foundation, I only use it just to cover the orange. I heard that this foundation covers tattoos. I have it in here, I know. Funny story, back then my makeup bag wasn't so secured. One day I went to my cousin's house, we were supposed to do makeup together, and I guess my makeup bag fell, and by the time I got there I opened it and it was literally all over. So I was just gonna toss it, and then my cousin's like, no, like that's money, you need to save this, and I'm like, oh, codita pero muy inteligente. So you know who you are, shout out to you. Also guys, a little tip, I have 3 beauty blenders. One I use for foundation, this one I specifically use for the Dura Blend to blend this out and cover it, and this one right here I like using it for concealer. This sponge is getting a little dry, so I did purchase this spray bottle and it has water and I just like spray it on there just to keep it moist. So now I'm going to grab some product like this. Okay, now for foundation, I am going to use the Morphe. I am in the shade F380. Did add a different shade of foundation just so that way it can mix so it won't look too dark. Now I'm going to blend in the foundation using the Morphe M439 foundation brush, and I love this. So I'm just gonna buff it. Like blending my foundation to my ear. Don't do your neck, guys, because some people are walking around with just masks. Now I'm gonna go in and dab it with my beauty blender. You don't have to conceal as much as I conceal. This is just what works for me. Now that the concealer is blended in, I like going in with setting powder. I call this the pre-baking. Going to use the Fenty Pro Filter in the shade Banana. My friend actually recommended this. Shout out to you. I like using the Morphe M554 to set in the concealer. I'm done pre-baking. I like using the Morphe Setting Mist. Blend the powder into the skin. Now I'm going to bronze, contour, then bronze again. Those are the 3 steps that I like doing to make sure my face looks snatched. So for pre-bronzing, I like using this flat brush. It's from, I believe, It Cosmetic. I would usually use the Hola bronzer, but I decided to risk it and use the Morphe Icon. So this step, I don't like to add too much product because you have to be really careful and not to make it harsh. For contouring, I like using this 3D Artist powder. And honestly, I bought this for $7 or $8. There's so many contour palettes out there, and this one seems to be 1, affordable, and 2, works for my skin tone. So for contouring, the brush that I use is the M405. I'm going to use these 2 shades right here. Like right here. Alright, now I'm doing that on this side too. I'm going to use the Morphe M527. I feel like this is such a good bronzing brush, or just fluffy brush in general. Morphe E62. This actually came in James Charles brush set. So what you want to do is start from the beginning of your eyebrow and just work on your nose shadows. And if you want your nose to look more like snatched, what I recommend is just going inwards. Now using the flat brush, I like going on the sides and on the front right here. For highlighting, or I should call it my baking, I like using the Morphe highlight and contour sponge, starting from right here and just work myself down. I don't like leaving it on for more than 10 seconds, so I'm gonna go with this Wet n Wild fluffy brush and just remove the powder. You are gonna look a little chalky, but then that's when the Morphe setting mist comes through again. Now this part, I like adding more than what I usually add, so that way I can for sure melt all the powders that I used. I'm going to grab my fan and just kind of dry it out for a little bit before it's completely dry. I like making sure it's blended. If you are wondering where I bought this fan, I actually bought it at the Dollar Tree, obviously $1. It does come with different designs. I used to have a black one, but my nephew broke it. But it's okay, it was just $1. Now it's time for blush. The blush that I like using is the 32B Mellow Yellow from Wet n Wild. Now you have to be really careful with blush because you don't want to look like a clown. So what I do is I smile, start from the cheek up. Okay, that's it. For highlight, I am going to use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics 24 karat. I actually never owned a highlight from him until now, so I'm excited to see how it looks. Highlighting brush M501, and I'm going to use these two shades right here. I'm going to spray on there. Look how more pigmented it got. Come through pigmentation. I don't think I included this, but I am using the M443. To curl my lashes, I am going to use this heated lash curler. My friend recommended me this. He bought his from China, I believe, and it was like a penny or $1, I can't recall. But I bought this at Walmart. It was retailed for $9, I believe. For mascara, I'm going to use the Lancome Hype Nose Drama. I really like this one because it's curved. I don't know if you can see that. For lashes, I'm going to use the Lily Lashes in the style Mink Miami. Honestly, these were a bit expensive, but you know what? They are worth it. The glue that I use for my lashes is the brand Kiss, and I love this one. Not only is it clear, but it also has aloe vera. I'm going to apply that on my lashes. Another trick, guys, is start from the beginning, my lash line, I should say, like above it. So start from the beginning and then just do a little bit on the end. And this has helped my lashes stay longer. I recommend, if you're not a pro on applying lashes, always start with affordable ones, because that's what I did. I started with affordable ones and just kind of like kept practicing until I was like, okay, I think I got this. And once I felt confident, then that's when I purchased my most expensive lashes, which were these. To outline my lip, I like going in with the LA Girl liner in the shade Keep It Spicy. For lipstick, I am going to use the Kylie Jenner in the shade Dulce de Leche. Come through, Spanish. Now to blend in the liner, I like using the e.l.f. lip blending brush. For gloss, I like using this RK Crystal Gloss. Alright guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Let me get you a little close up. Oh, look at that blend. Yes, honey. I don't want my channel to be just about makeup. I also want to include my personal life, like my experiences, and just, you know, trying to see who can relate to me, or, you know, connections or whatever. I'll try posting twice a week. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, comment below, like, share to your friends, your cousins, your neighbors, your dog. Okay, maybe not your dog. Thank you guys.